Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 on the web application penetration testing series. So in this episode, I'm going to be showing you how you can brute force with Burp Suite. So let's jump into it. So now as you can see, I will just simply jump onto my virtual machine, Kali Linux. Right here, I'm going to put the username and password, that is root and 2. If you don't know how to install Kali Linux as a virtual machine, I will leave an information card right here, as I have done a video on how to install Kali Linux as a virtual machine on your system, so you can check it out from there. So right here we are going to be brute forcing logins to a damn vulnerable web application, and we also need a web hosting solution, and that is really vulnerable. So in my case, I am going to be using the Metasploitable framework right here. If you don't know how to install Metasploitable as a virtual machine, I will also leave an information card right here, so you can check it out from there. Right here, I'm going to write msfadmin, that is the Metasploitable login. msfadmin, that is the password too. I'm going to clear the slate and I'm going to type ifconfig. ifconfig is going to list all the networks that Metasploitable have and are active and running. Right here in ETH0 or Ethernet, it is showing that the INET address is 192.168.0.119. So that is a local IP address, and that is what we are going to using because that is really vulnerable. And back to a Kali machine, I am going to be opening Firefox, and as I told you in my previous video on how to intercept data between clients and a web application with Burp, we have to configure few settings before we jump on to the next part. So the settings that we have to configure proxy settings. So I'm going to go on the 3 lines in the top right corner, and I'm going to select preferences. And right here in preferences, I'm going to go down till I find the network settings. And in the network settings, as you can see, it is showing that configure how Firefox connects to the internet. So we are going to intercept this so that Burp can get every request of Firefox. So in your case, I suppose that it will be set to use system proxy settings. You have to change it to manual proxy configuration, and you have to set it to 127.0.0.1. That is the HTTP proxy, and you have to use this proxy server for all protocols. As you can see, you have to check this, and you can use the port 8080, that is the preferable port, and I recommend you to use it, but you can use any port you want. So I'm just gonna press OK right here, and we are done with the preferences. So I'm just gonna create a new tab, and I'm gonna delete the other tab. Right here, I'm gonna go on Burp, as I want to open Burp to intercept the data and try to brute force the login into the damn vulnerable web application. Right here, I am gonna go on the IP address, and it will not get loading because Burp is not set up yet. So as you can see, it is a community edition. So I'm just gonna press OK. I'm gonna go back on Burp. So for some reason it just quit. So I'm gonna restart Burp. And as you can see, we have the community edition. You will also have the community edition. So right here, I would like to tell you about my Hindi channel, that if you are an Indian and you prefer Hindi tutorials, I will also leave a channel link right here. So I've created a new channel in which I do the same video right in Hindi, so you can check it out from there if you are more comfortable in Hindi. So right here, as you can see, Burp is offering me an update, so I'm just going to close the update because I'm not going to do the update right now. If you want, you can do the update, and you can just pause this video and do the update. Right here, I'm going to create a temporary project because we're not going into anything complex. We are just going to do a simple brute force with the damn vulnerable web application. So I'm just gonna press next, and I'm gonna use the Burp defaults. I'm not gonna use any advanced options because, as I said, we are gonna use a simple brute force attack. Right here, as Burp is loading, I am gonna write the the Metasploitable INET address, that was 192.168.0.119. So right here, I am gonna type 192.168 right here. As you can see, Burp was loaded, so I'm just gonna type this and I'm gonna press enter. And in Burp, if I go on my proxy settings, I will have an intercept request right here. So I'm just gonna forward all these requests of Firefox, and as you can see, Metasploitable was loaded. So we have all these options. We have Nutella Day, and we have the damn vulnerable web application, and we have a few other options that are some advanced options, so I'm not going to talk about in this video, but further in the series sure I'm going to talk about them. So right here I'm going to go with the damn vulnerable web application. You have to forward the request with burp first, so I'm just going to forward this request. And for right here we have the damn vulnerable web application. So the username would be admin, and then the password would be password. So this is the default password of the damn vulnerable web application. So now I think again we have to forward the request. So I'm just going to turn the intercept off for a second. So I'm just going to forward and I'm going to turn the intercept off. As you can see, now we're in the damn vulnerable web application. First you have to change the security settings. So if you want this tutorial to be a little bit tough, you can change it to high, or in my case this is a simple tutorial, so I'm going to go with low and I'm going to submit this. Right here we want to brute force, so I'm going to go on brute force, and I'm going to first, after doing this, I'm going to turn intercept off on, and the username would be admin and the password would be password, and I'm gonna log in. And as you can see in my case, first I'm gonna go on burp, and we have a lot of settings right here. So as you can see, it intercepted the data and it captured all the requests that the client made to the web application. So it went through burp and we got all the information. So we got a really useful information, the PHP SSID right here. The security, as you can see, we set it to low, so that was low. And right here the username admin and the password password. And the login is equal to login. Then this is the host, this is the user agent, and yeah. So this is some pretty useful information that we can use. And these are all the subdirectories that was in that host. So right here I'm just gonna transfer this whole to, I'm gonna send this to intruder. So basically I'm gonna edit this in the intruder. So I'm gonna go on intruder and I'm gonna select this. So no problem, I'm gonna go on positions. As you can see, these all were selected. I am gonna go and clear them all. And first attack type would be cluster bomb, because we are clustering two brute forces right here. We don't want the security brute force, we don't want the PHP SSID brute force, we only want the username and the password brute force. So I'm gonna go on and select admin. I'm gonna add this. So this was added. Then I'm gonna go on and select password. Then I'm gonna add this. So these two are selected. I'm gonna go with the cluster bomb, and I'm gonna go on intruder, and I'm gonna start the attack. So as you can see, it gave me an error to set the payloads. So I'm sorry, I forgot to set the payload. So basically the payloads are, so it would be trying to brute force into the damn vulnerable web application through various passwords and various usernames. So we are gonna give burp a set of usernames and a set of passwords that it will try every combination for with that, and it will gonna find the specific username and password that the client is wanting. So first we are gonna select the payload list 1, and it would be a simple list, and because we are not gonna go anything advanced. So now we are gonna type possible usernames. That would be root and admin, then there would be admin1. These are the possible usernames, I suppose. And what else? This can be user, and that's all. I think that's all the payloads I can think of. Then I'm gonna go on list 2. So now we are gonna specify all the passwords that we can think it could be have done. So I'm gonna go on password. That is the most specific password, and then with password. Then there would be 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5. I'm sorry for this, but no problem. 1 2 3 4. Let's go with just 1 2 3. And as you can see, we have given it specific. I'm just gonna click this and remove this, and I'm gonna go 1 2 3 4 5 right here. And we have given it 5 set of passwords and 4 sets of usernames. So we are gonna go ahead and start the attack. So burp will basically check every username. So it's just gonna check this. You can just press OK and it will start the attack. So as you can see, it has started the attack, and it will try every password with everything. So as you can see, in this case, this will try every password. So as you can see in this case, we are seeing that if we go down right here, we are seeing that the length of every password is 4882. So now we are gonna find a password and a username that have an unusual combination. As you can see this right here, so this would be our unusual combination. And as you can see, this is the same thing, the username and the password. So admin, the username would be admin and the password. So basically Burp guessed the password. So right here, as you can see, it guessed the password. And as you can see, you can go on to different parameters and different headers to get the response. As you can see, in headers, in hex, in HTML, it will give everything in render. So it is just rendering the page for you. Just a second. It will take a few seconds to render the whole page. And right here I'm gonna go on proxy and I'm gonna just forward all these requests. Yeah, right here. So as you can see, this is how you can brute force passwords, and you can guess the password with Burp. And if you want to speed up this process, you can purchase the Burp higher community version, and totally recommend it. Do it every penny, like it is worth every penny. So right here, this is how we do it. So this is a really great project if you are starting ethical hacking and penetration testing. And I'm gonna be doing more videos in the series, so stay tuned for more, and I'll see you next time.